consider as unfavorable. You see everything. You see everything as part of creation and you bless it. I think this reading um, broke itself up into two different videos. I saw a little message up there that said that something was reached, and so it started a new video. I mean, it's still recording, so, but clarifying goddess of the sacred path. It says, let go of logic and trust your intuition. Let go of logic and trust your intuition. Right? So you got the Two of Swords, which is the card. Twos represents decisions. And you're no longer ignoring what's right in front of you. Nevertheless, you're not allowing that to be your only way of seeing things, right? You're allowing, again, when it comes to the duality of being in this realm, that crown to root chakra alignment, you know, being on either side, being able to operate on either side of the spectrum and finding that middle ground. Like, you are that. And so clarifying goddess of the sacred path, let go of logic and trust your intuition. This could be surrounding certain people. It says they are sheep, calculated and pitiful. Um, so there could be judgment about certain, that has to do with certain people, with the fact that they are sheep. Um, you can pretty much kind of calculate their moves, which makes them a little, it does make them a little pitiful. But spirit is saying, don't, again, don't get too cocky or arrogant by just, you know, applying what the logic and looking at the patterns. Also be sure to leave space for miracles. And don't underestimate people. That's what is given to me. Don't underestimate people. At the same time, you know, make sure you keep your guard up, that you stand your ground, and that you remain strong, because you may feel like, oh well, this person, they're this, they're that, but you don't know their connection within the spirit realm as well. Regardless of how obtuse, if that's even the right word, they may seem or may look or may present, they they carry some power as well. So don't think they're all helpless to the point where you let your guard down. But even on the other end of that spectrum, they may seem like they're fully in tune with the spiritual side, and they could just be performing. So ultimately, with the gold card, it's about surrendering any kind of view you may have on a particular person. So this has to do with the lover. We have the lover's card here in reverse. And the card to clarify is, the root doesn't know it's a flower yet. You know what I'm saying? So the root, it doesn't know what it's going to grow into. It could be a vegetable. Um, it could be a flower. It could be a tree. The root just, I mean, the seed just does what it does. You know, the seed is just going to unfold once it's stimulated, and it just trusts the flow of the universe, and it is in alignment with nature, and it just does what it was created to do. You know, it just flows. And so I feel like that again, just kind of releasing attachments maybe onto what you feel like, oh well, this is what I came here to do, what you think your purpose is. Spirit just wants you to be loosey goosey, because you never know if there's going to be um, a pivot or a detour. Because even in the last reading, there was a card that says renewed sense of direction, right? So allow space for the magic in life, for the surprises in life. Um, the Lover's card in reverse with the root doesn't know it's a flower yet. All right, so this is, you know, like I said, this could be you, a reminder from Spirit for you to stand your ground and to display strength in regards to a lover that may try to come back around. Because remember, it was clarifying you don't need someone else to fix you. You don't need a lover to fix you. You know, you don't need a relationship to fix you. You don't need their approval. You know, you're just this innocent root that, you know, many energies and entities may have tried to come along in with the Eight of Wands, which represent messages, with, you know, messages communicating to you what you're supposed to be and trying to shape you and harness all of this beautiful strength that you have, because they know that you're powerful. But if you don't know that you're powerful, then they could use that fire, that passion for their own good. But now that you're not looking to someone outside of you, or even an object or a tool, maybe even divination in some way, shape, form, or fashion, you know. So this could also represent your tools, because when you're on a spiritual journey, you pick up different tools to use to help heal yourself. And again, you could fall in love with them, hence, you know, the Lover's card. You could fall in love with them. So this could, you know, and become really dependent upon them, just like a relationship. Um, so this is just a reminder not to get too hooked or attached to objects nor people. The root doesn't know it's a flower yet. I heard it. I heard that line somewhere, and it just seemed really deep. But we do have the first card out, setting healthy boundaries, right? So again, getting that knowledge when it comes to certain items and being able to release and let them go. Um, I recently, just earlier today, there was um, I came to find out that my childhood home garage was being cleaned out, and I didn't get a chance to go through a lot of the things or any of the things. And I really felt betrayed in that. But this reading, I see that it's helping me even with that, with just the loss of my ring, showing me like, I can release the attachment to those things of the past, or whatever that may have been lost. I can release attachment to it, and and keep moving forward, because I definitely do feel that that was an attempt to pull me out of character, to try to negatively bait me into an argument. But remember, one of the first clarifiers, I release all that is not mine to carry. That person just wants me to interact with them so that they can trauma dump onto me, so they can take their anger out on me. That's the reason why they do sneaky and conniving things. But they are sheep. But that's why you can calculate what they're going to do, why they did it, and it's pitiful. Pity that bitch. You know what I'm saying? It says, let go of logic and trust your intuition. There's a bigger message here. Logic would have made you like, oh, that was disrespectful, and now I need to disrespect this hoe. You know what I'm saying? Logic, just on, processing the situation being 3D. We can look at logic as being 3D, cause and effect. One could be ready to just fight, or to argue, or to have a debate, but the things are gone now. So what? It's okay. It's okay. That person can go and rack up their karma, and they're gonna get theirs. If it was intentionally done to hurt you, don't take offense. Don't take offense. Yeah, you may have gotten sad, and remember, the angel of healing is here to help heal that solar plexus chakra, the root chakra, because your root chakra may have you ready to fight a bitch. But Spirit says, with the angel of healing, we felt your sadness, right? And have shown up today to send you healing, to help you release all that is not yours to carry, all that is yours, all that is not yours to carry. Because remember, we've evolved multiple times. Stuff that's in a garage may be stuff from, childhood, from your school days, and you got to really be able to release the attachment to those things, because again, you can't take it with you when you pass, and at the end of the day, is it really that valuable? Do you really need to, no, it's that it doesn't, those things don't make or break you. So you've set up healthy boundaries. These boundaries may have is the reason why there may not be a lot of interaction with this particular person, which is why they're trying to do small shady, or maybe even big shady shit to try to trigger you. Keep that boundary up. They just want some of your energy and a reason to fight you. They know what's right, or they'll leave you the fuck alone. But so next card out is Hermit. That's why Spirit says just kind of be to yourself. You could also be dealing with a Virgo energy, like the Death card, bottom of the deck right now. They don't want the energy, the relationship to end. And so that's why they do the whatever little bullshit to try to piss you off. Allow them their little space to act a fool, because the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. As long as you, because even the last reading spoke about stillness. Even this reading speak about stillness. You don't have to take any leaps of faith. Just be in a state of stillness and relaxation, meditation, and having a miracle mentality. Just continue to have a miracle mentality. Massage your brain with a miracle mentality. And I feel like a miracle mentality equals imagination in a way. There's gonna a miracle, beautiful miracle can happen at any moment that can completely take your mind off of whatever you thought you have lost, because so many good things are coming in. So many much greater and grander memories will happen because of all of the abundance that is coming in for you. And some people want to just take you out of that, take you out of character, so that you can delay this blessing coming in even more than you already had. But no, Spirit says stand your ground. You got the Four of Cups here, rejecting the cup of love. Reject that energy. Reject any kind of reconciliation. I mean, because just at this time, you need to focus on you. At all of the reads, always go back to the fact that you need to focus on you. Self-love, building up your self-worth. Even the Goddess of Compassion card says self-criticism. Again, back to the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. Leave that shit alone. If it was meant to be, it would have been. If you were meant to be there while that garage was being cleaned out or whatever, then you would have been there. The fact that you weren't accepted, there's no unfinished business there. Obviously, there's nothing that you needed, and whatever you did was able to, whatever you were able to try to, keep or whatever, that is what was meant for you to keep. Let everything else go. I guess this person is trying to block your blessings as well. You know what I'm saying? You got that, all the white is kind of like all the light of the moon here. And this rat is trying to block the cups from receiving that light. Perhaps. And this is coming out clarifying, healthy boundaries and going into hermit mode to receive enlightenment. Going into the unknown, into darkness to receive enlightenment. And as you see the Four Cups, they're in the darkness right now. I wish I could look up the spiritual message of the rat, because it doesn't give it, usually logic would tell you to look at the rat as something negative, but there could be I'm sure there are positive attributes to that of the rat. But again, there's no unfinished business. You are exactly where you're supposed to. So if there was any messages that you were supposed to receive or need to receive, you will. And if there's blockages, then those blockages were absolutely needed. So we have the Five of Cups here in reverse. So we went from the Four of Cups in the upright to the Five of Cups in reverse. And that's the cup of, not having regrets. Not crying over spilt milk. In the upright, it would be, crying over spilt milk. But with this, and this is clarifying the Hermit and the World card, You know the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. So you're able to release the regret. You're not crying over spilt milk. You're not crying over what was lost. My storage is almost full on my phone. So we're going to pull this last card, which is the Sun of Pentacles. Again, just be patient. Move slow. Slow down. I just want to get to know you. You need to slow down so you can get to know the new you, right? That is emerging at this time. Got the Hangman card in reverse, bottom of the deck. Other people see you in your cocoon, about to emerge, about to break out of that chrysalis. So you don't need anything distracting you at this time. Anything, that's trying to block you or attempts to block you, you ain't got to worry about. Don't put any energy into that.